We make decisions every day. Some are small, like what to eat for breakfast. Others are big, like choosing a job or where to live. How do we make sure we're making good choices? The answer is evidence. Evidence is like a detective's clues. It helps us understand the world around us. When we have strong evidence, we can make better decisions. Think about it like building a house. You need strong materials to build a sturdy home. Evidence is the strong material for making good decisions. Without evidence, we're just guessing. We might make choices based on feelings or what other people tell us. But those things can be wrong. Evidence helps us see past our biases and make choices based on facts. Imagine you want to buy a new phone. You wouldn't just pick the first one you see, would you? You'd look at reviews, compare prices, and check the features. That's using evidence to make a smart decision. Evidence comes in different forms. Each type tells us something different. Let's look at 4 common types. Statistical evidence. This type uses numbers to show patterns and trends. Think about surveys and data analysis. Sometimes we need help from experts. Expert testimony is a type where we ask people who know a lot about a topic for their input. Anecdotal evidence is where we look at personal stories and experiences, which can be powerful. Comparative evidence is the type where we find similarities and differences. Each type has strengths and weaknesses. Not all evidence is created equal. Just like you wouldn't trust a recipe from someone who's never cooked before, you shouldn't trust evidence from unreliable sources. Here are some questions to ask yourself. When evaluating evidence, who or what is the source of this information? Is it a respected organization, a recognized expert, or a random person online? Is the information up to date? Outdated information can be misleading. Imagine using a map from 100 years ago to navigate a modern city. Does the source have a reason to be for or against something? Bias can influence how information is presented. Consider a news report about a company's new product that is funded by that same company. This is a clear conflict of interest and the information might be biased. Does the evidence actually relate to the topic at hand? It's easy to get sidetracked by interesting but irrelevant information. There can be red flags and smoke screens. Sometimes people try to trick us with misleading data. They might cherry-pick information, only showing data that supports their point and ignoring the rest. Graphs and charts can also be misleading. They might use a misleading scale to make a small difference look big or leave out important context. Here are some warning signs of misleading data. Emotional language. Be wary of headlines or statements that use strong emotions to persuade you. Stick to the facts. Lack of sources. Always be suspicious of claims without evidence or sources. If someone can't back up their claims, there's a good chance they're not true. Oversimplification. Complex issues rarely have simple solutions. Be wary of explanations that seem too good to be true. Remember, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Two sources are better than one. There is power in cross-referencing. One of the best ways to ensure you're getting accurate information is to cross-reference your sources. This means comparing information from different places to see if they agree. Think about it like this. If you hear a rumor from one person, you might not believe it. But if you hear the same rumor from several different people, you're more likely to think it's true. The same goes for evidence. The more sources you check, the more confident you can be in the information. Look for credible sources with different perspectives. From data to decisions, you can apply evidence in real life. Evaluating evidence is like having a superpower in a world full of information. It helps you make smarter choices in all areas of your life. Let's say you want to start a healthier lifestyle. You wouldn't just start eating random foods and doing random exercises, would you? You'd research different diets, talk to health professionals, and find exercises that work for you. You'd use evidence to create a plan that's safe and effective. Or imagine you're trying to decide on a career path. You'd research different professions, look at job market trends, and maybe even shadow someone in your field of interest. You'd gather evidence to make an informed decision about your future. Evaluating evidence helps you make informed decisions about your health. Choose products and services wisely. Be a more informed citizen. Develop critical thinking skills. You need to think like a scientist by using evidence and critical thinking in everyday life. Evaluating evidence isn't just for scientists and researchers. It's a skill we can all use to navigate our complex world. It's about asking questions, being curious, and not believing everything you see or hear. The next time you're faced with a decision, big or small, remember the power of evidence. Ask yourself, what information do I need to make a good choice? What are the sources of this information? Are they credible? By thinking critically and demanding evidence, we can make better decisions for ourselves, our communities, and our world.